I'm just going to jump into the teams that I felt were the biggest winners. I have 4 teams that I felt really won the draft, in my opinion. And that's the Philadelphia Eagles, which really pisses me off, to be quite frankly. It hurts my feelings that the Eagles, yet again, are the headlines and yet again are the biggest winners of this draft. Maybe they're not. Maybe if you're looking at this and going, well, the Eagles are not the biggest winners. They have guys that we're just not sure of. They have guys that, yeah, they drafted some good guys, but we don't know if it's going to work out, right? There's no guarantee. These guys have some issues off the field, and that might limit them, and they might not even be around, sure, but maybe it's me being a Dallas Cowboy fan. Maybe my distaste for the Philadelphia Eagles is why every time they do something good, I go, oh man, Jesus Christ, here we go again. But in my opinion, they are the winners of the draft, along with the Houston Texans, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Seattle Seahawks. I don't know if that is different. And when I said I had 4 big winners from the draft, how many of those 4 that I named were in your top 4? Who did you think? If I told you, give me your top 4 winners of the draft, how many of the teams that I mentioned would fit into your top 4? That's the question I want to know. And this is why, right? The Philadelphia Eagles, some way, somehow, by God's miracle to them, land Jalen Carter, who, from everybody's big boards, 90% of the people I saw said Jalen Carter was the best player in the entire draft. He should be the number 1 guy, but because of the off-field issues and the concerns of what's going on, legal troubles he might have, which seems like it's not going to hinder him in some crazy way, but we never know. But a lot of people felt like he was the number 1 guy, and he just falls in their lap. Yes, they had to move up a spot to get him at 9, but he basically fell in their lap. They get him, they get Nolan Smith as well, and even Keely Ringo, who they got in the 4th round. And listen, I get it. You might be saying, hey, Keely Ringo is a guy who, people don't think he's going to be great. A lot of people felt like he was a little bit overrated. He's not really that good of a corner, and this is why he fell to the 4th round. And yeah, I get all that. But of course, it's the Eagles that end up getting him. If he's going to be a great corner, what better position to be in where you're behind James Bradbury and Darius Slay, and you get to learn from them, and maybe he's not overrated. Maybe his combine numbers don't really match what you see on the field from him. He had some issues, and obviously a lot of go balls, a lot of 50-50 balls ended up being like 75-25 in the way of the receiver, which isn't good. But if there's a spot for him to go to where he can sit behind some guys and learn from some guys, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And of course, the Eagles are the ones to get him. And then if that's not enough, they go out and make a trade for DeAndre Swift. How do you let that happen? It's just from a roster perspective. And this is what I'm talking about for the Phoenix Suns, right? I mentioned this for the Phoenix Suns, and I'm going to mention this to the Philadelphia Eagles. If we're just looking on paper, there should be no team that can compete with the Philadelphia Eagles. On paper, man, they just re-signed Jalen Hurts. They just got him to a long-term contract where he's making really good money. Congrats to you, Jalen Hurts. I know that's what I wanted because, yes, when you pay a quarterback, it becomes harder to build a roster around him. For this year, though, they have the best roster in the NFL. And I don't really think it's close. So because of that reason, it brings me a lot of pain to have to talk about the Eagles when I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. Now, hey guys, thanks for watching this clip from the Sicko Sports Podcast. If you want to catch the full episodes, you got to head over to Spotify. Just type in Sicko Sports Podcast, or you can just click the link that's down in the description. Thanks as always. See you next time.